again, just that public comment part. I think, yesterday in the caucus, you had listed sort of those pillars of the things that you're trying to serve, and transparency and community engagement were a part of that. And I'm afraid that the proposal goes a little too far.
Government of, by, and for the people is messy. It is not inherently efficient in a democracy. But I've also learned that it's really easy to write people off when you don't actually have to talk to them or hear from them. Once they become emails that you can read at your leisure, or documents you can skim, it will be a lot easier for the board to consider the opinion of lobbyists, the opinion of interest groups, the opinion of their fellow government officials, because those are the people they'll be interacting with and not regular citizens.
What you're doing is absolutely inimical to our freedoms in this state, and I won't stand for it.
Yeah.
Live stream, of course, but it's kind of disruptive to have you walking around. So if you could take it.
I wasn't aware that we started the meeting.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, we started the meeting?
we haven't technically started.
Okay then. So, all right, don't get on me, man. All right, thank you. I was just gonna ask Director LaKayla if I could get that CV now, because I've been waiting for it about 4 or 5 times.
This is disruptive behavior, and if you don't stop, I'm gonna ask you to be escorted.
How am I disrupting anything when the meeting hasn't started?
I've asked you to sit down.
I don't want to get hyper technical with you, but listen, I'm a lawyer. He's a lawyer. John, you're a lawyer, right? How have I interrupted a meeting that hasn't started? Don't mess with me, guys.
Okay, we are officially starting the meeting.
And I'm sitting down, am I not?
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm in my place with a bright, shiny face. I was on my way out the door and you stopped to harass me. This is the same way that Dave Postman harassed me a couple years ago when I was out of Martha's. And I said, I want to finish my talk. I want to finish the rest of my time. And he said, no, you're not.
You done?
No, I'm going to take my full time.
No, you won't. Okay, we're done.
Oh,
Thank
no,
you.
really? Is that how it's going to be?
No, we've told you this before, Christopher. This isn't, you talk about being a journalist. This is not a press conference. If you have questions for us, you can ask them.
Let me explain it to you. I'm allowed to have a dramatic pause. It's called the dramatic pause. I will address you how I care to address you, as long as I don't swear at you, okay, or threaten you. I am allowed to have dramatic pause as a component of my presentation to you. Period. You know that. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Wait a minute, Mr. Postman. That attitude from you is going to get you sued.
My videos documenting the repulsive activity at the LCB are a principal reason why this board now wants to curb public comment, and there are no two ways about it. They champion the opportunity now to send written public comments in, but that opportunity has been manifest the whole time. Ab initio. It's a fact, people. Don't be fooled by their bullshit. Look at the rampant, hateful misconduct of former Chair David Postman and current Chair Jim Vollendroff as I help give public vent to the concerns of honest, hardworking black and brown people that they have conspired against from day one. And Attorney Holmes, don't you let me catch wind of you joining suit and following up with these people in that manner, because I will call you out in a city minute, along with Attorney Patel, who's part of all of this problem too. I'm 60 years old now, and I'm not gonna temper anything. I'm gonna say what I have to say and do what I have to do, and nobody is going to stop me. And right now, I've got an urge to cuss all these people out like there's nobody's business, in ways they never imagined. But I won't give them that satisfaction. What I'm gonna give them is a goddamn lawsuit.
People can sign up online to speak. So this notion of that people can't come down here because they don't have gas and whatnot, we have online tutorials to do it.
And, we look at the situation that happened in Idaho with that doctor the other day got zip tied for no reason, okay? And we look at that and we say, oh my God, that's horrible. Look at those Reds doing those things. Well, it's not just those Reds. It's right here in this room.
White folks did not meet the qualifiers to be in this industry. They are in your neighborhoods now with licenses are fraudulent. And you're giving your money to them. They made over $3 billion. And don't forget, this is the same substance that they put you and your family members in prison for, in jails for, collect calls for. Now they're profiting.
They stole your opportunity. You're this close now to getting to this agency having to cough up 170 licenses. They were supposed to cough them up this month, March 1st. They have not made mention of that at all in any board meeting. What gives, Valendrop? Where's the license at for the Black and brown community? Is this why you want to push back on the public comment? Because you guys don't have plans of pushing out those licenses for the Black and brown
Peter,
community?
you have 30 seconds.
We're not going to tolerate that. This organization has grown. We're more organized. We can reach more people. And we most definitely understand one principle. We understand the principle of gatekeeping. We also understand that people that have our skin are not our kin. The popping up the black face for the white agenda, that shit don't work with us. Thank you.
It's just like, it's kind of frustrating. You know what I'm saying? People say they speak for us and they don't speak for us. You know what I'm saying? The Mike Assad and Peter Manning is the ones who speak for us, Black excellence, and we in cannabis. But anybody else saying they speak for us in our community, they don't. The people that set this program, they let the other people, they let the white people basically come in to our neighborhoods, and this is where we're from. I'm born and raised in these neighborhoods that you're allowing the people to come in and set up shop and do whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? I'm from that area of Seattle, you know, and you know, I just feel like it's time to let us, you know, expand our wings and be able to thrive.
We want generational wealth. We want to have the same advantage as everybody else has. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate your time, Richard.
Great morning. I'm going to vehemently oppose any efforts to in any way curtail public comment. As you know, the First Amendment to the United States Constitution, as well as the Washington State Article 1, Section 5, provide the public with an opportunity to speak freely about the government and to address government, okay, subject to abuses. I've never abused that. I'm not aware of anybody except perhaps Sammy Saad who has abused that in front of this board, okay? And I've questioned you on that before when you had the rent-a-cop in the room and you had the area partitioned off there and all that stuff, you know? It's an intrusion. It is unwarranted. And furthermore, I find that you're doing that at a time when more and more of the comments are being related to and pertaining to the social equity program, which has disproportionate impact on people who look like me, Black and brown, okay? And this is particularly disturbing. You know, in 1972, my uncle was an engineer, a flight engineer out here, okay? And I told him I wanted to move to Washington. And he told me Washington is just as racist as anywhere in the country. And you know what? He's right. And I see it here now, because Washington has never cared about Black people ever since the Washington himself owned slaves, okay? You like Black people to be subservient to you in this state. And that's what you're working on, okay? And Mr. Valandrop, Chair Valandrop, I'm particularly upset with you because you and I had that discussion at the deli or at the bakery over there at one time. And I told you that you were the only board member I could trust. And then you belied that trust when you called, threatened to throw me out and have me escorted out about a month and a half ago or so when I was doing nothing but going to the bathroom with my gimbal. You made up a false narrative that people were disturbed by my presence. Nobody was disturbed by my presence except you. You made that up in an attempt to try to, you know, shut me down as a journalist, as a citizen, okay? That's foul. And also, as a gay white male, I'm ashamed of you. You know, I can't believe I felt a brotherhood with you because we're kind of minorities in our own ways, all right? And I don't know I have plenty of gay friends, man. I don't know any of them who support what you're doing with this proposal. I could ask them right now, honey, what do you think?
Not too happy with it.
We've got one right here, all right? So it's vulgar what you're doing. It's oppressive, and it will be challenged. And as a matter of fact, it may be challenged today.
Christopher, you have 30 seconds.
Yeah, my attorney is William Sultan. He's the ACLU director of Wisconsin, and I was waiting on him to finish getting his license here in this state, and also coordinating with somebody else to join me on the lawsuit. I don't know if I'm waiting for all that right now. I may have to move forward today. What you're doing is absolutely inimical to our freedoms in this state, and I won't stand for it. So I'm going to come at you for what you did to me individually, and I'm gonna come at you for what you're doing to our society as a collective. In a Trump era, you have turned into
Christopher,
the
that's your
oppressor.
time.
Thank you, Christopher.
My time will be held later. Goodbye.
There are opportunities for you to connect with those you serve and for licensees and citizens to see this agency as a place they don't just go with complaints, but a place where they can connect with each other. So please preserve in-person public remarks and please keep the EMTs open. Thank you.
Thank you, Bailey.
But because more Black people are coming, as you see here today, now we want to move the goalposts. There's no update, so we're just completely against these changes of the public comment. If you want to make it down to once a month, okay, we can compromise. But to change it from Black people to have an opportunity to come down here, I've been on EBT for the past 3 years. I was in a car accident, head-on collision, just because I dressed nice doesn't mean I got money. I come down here with no one gives me funding. People can sign up online to speak. So this notion of that people can't come down here because they don't have gas and whatnot, we have online tutorials to do it, okay? There's no updates for 1551. There was amendments made, but there was no updates given yesterday at the board caucus. This program has been delayed, and I don't know why. Our community stands ready for the social equity program for the second round to go live. The delay on this process has gone far too long. Senate Bill 5080 was passed nearly 2 years ago. The rules are final. The third-party vendor has already been selected. So what is the delay?